Hello, in this video, let's go talk about language. There are over 6,800 different languages in the world, which belongs to different language groups or language families. And here is the main international languages: Chinese, Spanish, Arabic, Hindi, English, French, Russian, Portuguese, English and Spanish, Spanish and others, Arabic and French, French and others, English and others, Arabic and others, Hindi, English and others, Chinese and others, Russian and others, English and French, Portuguese or others, and other languages. And this is the map. And the cycle here is the language group, and the middle is other languages. So let's talk about North America. In Canada, the official language is English and French. French is here in Quebec. And in the United States, they take English as an official language. But here in the western part, like California, some people speak the Spanish, and also in Florida, because Florida was once the territory of Spain. And here in Latin America, the most part of Latin America speaks Spanish and the local languages, except the Brazil, because it was colonized by Portugal, so it speaks Portuguese. And very little here, like in Suriname, they speak Dutch. And Haiti speak French. And here in island country in the Caribbean Ocean, the Aruba is also speak Dutch. And here in Africa, they were colonized by the European nations. So in the north part of Africa, they belong to the Islamic world, so they speak Arabic. And here, the Ethiopia, Amharic, and in the other part, in this Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, they English and Swahili. And here South Africa is English and other languages like Zulu, and Zulu is the Bantu language group. And here in Europe, the three part is Slavic, Romantic, and Germanic language groups, and also Celtic. Here in Russia and Poland and Czech Republic, as well as Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, these three Slavic languages. And here in Italy, in Spain, in Portugal, in France, and Romania, they speak Romance languages. And in Netherlands, Germany, the Swiss, Austria, and North Europe, Denmark, Norwegian, Sweden, Icelandic, and also in English is Germanic languages. In Ireland, Scotland, it's Celtic. And here in Turkey, they speak Turkish. Turkish is a Turkic language. And also here Iran, Persian, and Afghanistan, Pashto. And here India, there's many languages, Hindi, Tamil, blah blah. And here in the East Asia, that this Mongolia, the Kaka Mongol, and the Inner Mongolia is Mongol. And here in northeast part of China, there's Manchu, In here in the west part, Uyghur, Tibetan, and South Cantonese. The others is the official language is Mandarin, and here in the Korean Peninsula, Korean, Japanese. In the southeast part of Asia, Indonesian, Australia English, New Zealand English. Okay, this is top 10 languages. The top 10 languages is here: the Mandarin Chinese, Spanish, English, Hindi or Urdu, Arabic, Portuguese, Bengali, Russian, Japanese, and Punjabi. This is the colonial powers of the world between in the 1914, okay, 1914, yeah, the beginning of the First World War. And here the religion, I will talk about the religion in the other videos. And now let's take a look at the different, first the North America. The North American languages. The language groups: American Indian, Germanic, Romance, Eskimo Alert, and uninhabited. So in Canada, in the north part, it is American Indian, and in the south part, as well as in the United States, English. English is a Germanic language, and here in Quebec is French. French is a Romance language, and here in this Mexico and Central America, and whereas the Caribbean area, they speak Spanish and also the local languages of the American Indian, like Maya, and the Spanish belongs to the Romance language group. Okay, now let's take a look at South America. South America language groups: American Indian, Germanic, Romance. Here in the seaside area, the speak here is Spanish, Portuguese. It's the Portuguese, and they are the Romance language groups. And also here in Suriname, is Dutch. This is Guyana, the English, French Guyana, speak French. The English and Dutch are the Germanic language group. And now let's take a look at Africa. African languages. Official African languages: French in the French colonized countries, English, here English, and Nigeria is in English, but the other countries nearby they speak French. Okay, and this because the English colonized areas, and Arabic in the north part of Africa, and Portuguese here in Mozambique and Angola, and Swahili, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and Amharic in Ethiopia, and Spanish, and French and English, French and Arabic, and French and Malagasy, English and Swahili, Arabic and Somali. The African language groups, which are Afro-Asiatic or Hamito-Semitic, like Arabic. Arabic is a Semitic language. Okay, and Niger Congo. These are Niger Congos, Swahili, and Hausa, and Nilo-Sahara, and Khoisan, and Indo-European, South Africa, and Austronesian, and now let's take at the Europe. The Europe language groups: Turkic, Albanian, Finno-Ugric or Samoyed, and Germanic, Slavic, Romance, Basque, Baltic, Celtic, Greek, Caucasian, Iranian, Mongol. Now, in the Slavic languages is planned to East Slavic, West Slavic, and South Slavic. In East Slavic, Russian, Ukrainian, and Belarusian. And in the West Slavic, Polish, Czech, Slovakia. In the South part, Bulgarian, Croatian, Serbian. In Romance language, like Romanian, Italian, here in Spanish, Catalan, and Portuguese, French, and also a Germanic language, then this West Germanic and North Germanic. In West Germanic is German, Dutch, and English. And Northern Germany, there's Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, and Icelandic. And the Celtic is Irish, Scottish, Welsh. And the other one is like in Turkey and in Caucasian. The Greek is the Indo-European, and Albanian is also Indo-European. And here Finnish, Hungarian is the Finno-Ugric, and as well as Estonian. And Latvian, Lithuanian is the Baltic. And then let's take a look at the Asian languages. So here it's Asian language groups: Indo-European, Ula-Arctic, and the Sino-Tibetan, Afro-Asiatic, Austronesian, Japanese and Korean, Dravidian, Papuan, Austro-Asiatic, Paleo-Asiatic, Caucasian, and others. Arabic is the Semitic Arabic. Arabic is here Asian, Afro-Asiatic. And Turkish is Ula-Artaic, as well as Kazakh, Turkmen, Uzbek, Kyrgyz, Uyghur, Mongol. And in the Persian, Hindi, they are Indo-European. Here Tamil is Dravidian, and Indonesian is Austronesian, and here also Thai, Burmese, Tibetan Chinese is Sino-Tibetan. Okay, and Japanese and Korean, the independent. And here in Chinese, they have the Mandarin. They have 5 tones, and in Tibetan, they have the letters itself as and But when you added the suffix and the post-suffix letters, it will be add the first and the third tones. But when it used in a word combined that contains two syllables, the first syllable is only the fourth and the second. No, the first and the third tones, and the second syllable it only has first and the fourth. So, and in Burmese it is and in Thai it is five tones, and in Vietnamese it has Okay, and others they don't have any tones, and in Cantonese they have 9 tones. The Chinese, it is belong to the analytic language, and the other one, let's take it. The last one is Australasia. Australasian languages, language groups: Australian, Papua, Indo-European, Austronesian. In Australia, English, and New Zealand, English, and also Maori. Maori is the Austronesian, is a local language of New Zealand, and the English is Indo-European, Papuan, and others. And there are 3 types, as well as 2 types. One is analytic language, and the other one is synthetic language. In synthetic language, it's divided to fusional, or you can also call it inflectional, and as well as agglutinative. The agglutinative language is widely used in the Arctic languages. For example, in Turkish, they add different suffix to make it as a subject, object, or the different grammar functions. And in the fusional or inflectional, the example is the Indo-European languages, in the especially Latin or the other like Russian. They have many cases like nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, locative. The nouns has feminine, masculine, and neutral, and they have the singular, plural, and the verbs must be attached with the subject. Like in English, it's very simple, but in other languages, you need to say, for example, let me think. Let me see. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they, the different verb endings. Like in Polish, you want to say I am, you are, he, she, it is, and we are, you are, they are. It is ja jestem, ty jesteś, ona, ono jest, and my jesteś, my, Vây jesteście and ani one są. Okay. That's all for today. Thank you very much. I hope you will like it.